Hi YouTube, and welcome to another review, this time of the W.Britains Thornycroft Lorry with anti-aircraft gun and gun detachment, which is a 4-piece set of figures. This came out around about 2003 for their World War I gloss range, which was pretty half decent. They had things like Sopwith Camel, I think there was even a Fokker triplane, a Bond street scene, which I do have, that's in the loft, and I'll get that out for a later review. But for now we'll just focus on this, which was a really nice piece, and I paid about £80, probably about would be about 8 years ago maybe. I think I bought this when it first came out, so I've had it a while. If you want to pick this up now, I think it's worth about £200, and that's obviously second hand. You may get, they always say mint condition, but they've all had it out, there's no doubt about that. They've all had it out the box at some point when they say that. Mine is a little bit dusty. I still haven't got the glass cabinet, which I really need, so I'm going to have to be careful and really clean this up. Now, what you sort of pretty much get with this is obviously the 3 blue jerseyed operators, and you get a sergeant here who looks quite the part with his moustache, and he's got obviously his gas mask on the front there. There's his sergeant stripes. Now I don't know whether that was some sort of decal and they glossed it over. I'm presuming it is, because it looks way too neat for anything else. But quite a nice jolly looking chap with his sort of rosy cheeks. And what's he say on the bottom? And we do have the usual for the time, which was Britain's 2003, made in China. So that figures with about the time I bought it. Detail wise, you obviously got the geary sort of brakes and things like this on the side. Steering wheel. And to be honest, if you look at pictures of the original, bar the canopy, which doesn't seem to be on there, but an original picture of it does seem to come with a canopy. Britain's didn't make it like that, they've just made it in basic form. But it's quite accurate. It's quite an accurate piece, and it's a fairly old chunk of metal, this. This is heavy. None of the wheels move. It is just one big cast item, and you know, that's pretty much it. The only thing that does move, the gun does move. I'll take this guy out, and this guy. This guy, I'll give you a look at these in a minute. But that does move, it swivels, which, I mean, you probably expect that anyway, and we'll get a good... Now, I think if I'm right, this is about an 18-pounder anti-aircraft gun, and I think it was something along the lines of an artillery piece which they adapted, but I'm not entirely sure, and that accuracy for me might be a little bit lacking. I'm not too knowledgeable on this thing. Obviously I just saw it in the shop and I bought it many years ago, but I think it's an 18 or 13 pounder. But nice detail, you know, it's still well detailed, and you know, I think they've got that pretty accurate. When I do check pictures online, things like that, it does look very, very accurate. So I'll put that back on there. Looking at the figures, like I say, a gloss chap. That's probably not too well in focus. It's probably there you go. This is quite nice. They're all look jolly chaps, these gloss figures, and there's his breeches on the back. So you know, they're very, very nice. Gives a sort of cheery age of... There you go. I mean, they're made in the traditional sense. You know, it's quite nice. And usual with his braces hanging down. And this is the gun operator, who probably looks a bit drunk as he stands there, but he sort of grips the gun rather well, like so. So he does look like he's actually doing something. So move these aside. And let's have a little look at the actual vehicle a bit. Let's move it to the front. So there's a front-on view. Now if I lift it a bit, maybe we can get a bit. You can see there's that slightly lopsided look there. I mean, that's in the cast. That's nothing I've done. Don't think I've dropped it or anything. I mean, that's how it was cast. And to be honest, I quite like these quirky features, but that looks pretty darn good. See the little crank handle here? I don't know whether you can see that. That's for obviously starting it up. The WD, I'm not entirely sure what that means. I'll have to find that out. But there's the shell compartment, and I think there's one of these either side of the piece. And here's obviously, you've got your stabilizers there so the thing can fire correctly. I mean, that's bent, but that's nothing to do with me. That's how it actually always was. And there you see, I'm just rubbing that wheel. Just rubbing that wheel, and nothing moves, so that's pretty. I might flip it upside down actually. Let's have a look at this. On the upside down. Oh, here we go. And you can see there, 2003. You know, it is actually amazing why the wheels don't change, but I mean, there's cost and everything to consider, so you know, because you think it would have been relatively easy to make that move. But very, very nice piece. I'm always glad I bought this, to tell you the truth. It's always been, and it's held, it's gained in price, whilst a lot of things, they'll hover around the sort of decent enough mark and they'll go up gradually, but this thing's shot up. You know, you won't find many of these for less than 180. So you know, it's been a nice little thing to buy. I'm saying little, I mean that's quite big and heavy. But the World War range was quite early gloss version was quite a good little range, and I love the bomb street scene, which I'll show you that in another video. So thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Okay, see you soon.